this is always a winner. This little thing I'm about to share with you here. So look at this real quick here. This is also from Watson stuff. Not this part, the next part. You'll see in just a moment.
It's a white coat hanger. Very simple. What you do, you bend it up, you make a little hole at the top of it there, stick it in the ground, then position it so that you're looking through the hole at the golf ball. When you make your backswing, that ball should be still in the hole like that.
So do you see how he sees it through the center of the little coat hanger there, right?
Yeah.
If his head moves to the side, will he see it in the center?
Nope.
Right? And so this is a great little way.
Downswing, it should be still in the hole like that. What's that do?
Right. So you understand what it does. So now I want to see you do the grip, and then I tell students, they don't sell these anymore. They used to sell them like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
So just you can like get a coat hanger, make your own. You know, one of my students, he's like resourceful. He's like, I'm just gonna go to Home Depot. I know what all those parts are, and I'm gonna go make one. I was like, all right, cool, man. Like, yeah, me too. I was like, all right, that's cool. But yeah, this thing, I want to see if this makes a difference for your head position. So if you would make your setup, yep, get your grip, get the V over there, yep, to the shoulder. Perfect. Already looks better. Yep, good. And the right hand's going to match it. So bring the right hand. Okay, so we didn't talk about the right hand, huh? So let me get my club. That's right, I forgot the right hand slightly off too. So let me just show you this real quick. So with the right hand, okay, once you're here, the right hand just goes onto the side because I want the palm of this hand matching the club face. See how they match right now? And then I'm just going to keep that the same and just close my fingers. Where people get in trouble with the grip, watch me a sec, is they wrap the hand this way. Now watch this. If I open my palm of my hand, now my palm of my hand is facing the ground and the face and the palm don't match. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So we want the palm of the hand and the club face to match. Let me see. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. Easy enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then sit up to the ball and then tell me when the ball is in the center of this thing in just a moment here. Just a sec here.
Right there.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Now do this. Make a backswing and stop at the top and verify. Tell me that the ball is still in the center or not. You with me? So make your backswing and stop. Is it in the center?
Yeah.
Did it move at all?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Do you want to try again? It can't move at all. Try again. Did it move?
No.
Okay. Now, see, that's the thing about head movement. If your head's moving, what you're not noticing is your perspective or viewpoint of the ball is changing. Does it make sense? Okay. Now let's take a look and see what this did. So first of all, good job on the grip. Do you see your hands now?
Yeah.
Way better. And again, I would say, especially based on our conversation in your analysis, you know, first of all, this is fundamental, right? But I would say we want you on the stronger side anyway, which is the V's further to the right to stop the slicing. Because like you said, the slicing is, you know, detrimental. And part of that's related to the V's pointing too much at your face instead of to your shoulder. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let me send that to you. And so I text you all these pictures as reminders, you know what I mean? And I tell all my students, look, the idea is of lessons, it's meaningful practice. Because here's the deal, look, it says in this Wall Street Journal, practice the wrong things and the wrong things become permanent. The only way to improve performance through practice is to make sure the practice is perfect, and the perfect practice will then become permanent. But how to get the practice perfect is the question. So what you want to do is you want to do your lesson, right? Figure out, like, watch the videos, write notes down maybe in your phone, write notes on paper or something like that of what you're working on. Then do meaningful practice. Could be in the office, could be in the backyard, could be in the garage, could be in the living room, could be at the driving range, could be at the golf course, right? Where you're trying to implement things we've covered, right? And full well knowing that, this is from Butch Harmon, that as you work on things at first, poor shots and swings are part of the learning process, he says, right? You're going to miss some shots. It's okay. What's important is, is the ship sailing in the correct direction?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because basically, if you're working on the right stuff, even though you missed a few shots, in a month or something or 2 months, you're like, wow, this is way better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Than what you were doing today. But that's one of these things like the grip. The grip feels terrible at first to change. It's the worst thing. It feels awful. That's the elephant in the room. But the feel is not important. It's more important, what am I doing? Right? It's like, well, I just saw Scheffler, Rahm. I mean, between those two guys, I don't know how much money they made, and that's how they hold the club. You know, to me, that's enough for me to hold that. And that's also ironically where I ended up with my grip in the same place. You know, after golfing since I was 12. You know, so it's like that's where you just put it. You're like, all right, well, that's where I'm going to put it. You know what I mean? And then what you do is you make a little coat hanger or something. I have a lady. Her Tesla drives her down here from Newport Coast. She's 70 something, and she literally has this set up in her bonus room, and she just does reps, dry reps, not hitting, just practicing her backswing, seeing the ball through the viewfinder, count it. 10 minutes a day adds up. I'm a big fan of like daily disciplines. If you do things daily, you won't forget to do them, and you'll keep doing them. If you do 1 hour a week, I don't find that as useful for some, because I feel like you're starting over again. So if you can keep it fresh, try to keep it fresh. If someone's like, oh, I could do a large bucket once a week, or I could do three small buckets. Like I'd rather, like, I'll go to the range sometimes 25 balls only, but I practiced everything. I hit wedges, mid irons, long irons, driver, covered everything, worked on my routines, and I'm out of there. You know what I mean? I'm there for 25 minutes, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So you don't have to spend a long time, but you have to try to take some of the stuff and then rehearse it. It's just like learning to dance. If you're going to learn a dance move and you're going to perform in front of a bunch of people, you'd be like, all right, well, I better go practice that movement before I get up there on the stage, right? Same thing with the golf swing. You got to rehearse the motion that you're going to be doing. What that could be like is, all right, I know the grip now. I'm going to do it in front of the mirror 10 times a day for the next 30 days. Guess what will happen after the 30th day? You probably won't even have to do it anymore, because you'll just be like, what else would I do? You get the point. I just like to share that about the improvement process.